welcome to this edition of Big Scott 35 Gaming. This week is we had another. Last week was another week of buy two get one free from GameStop. So I picked up some games, and I just find if you got the funds, and I dug in a little deeper this time, but I feel like the outcome is so much better. It just, yeah, I have so many games to play, but it's like they're telling me, hey, we're giving away games. Yes, I think they moved their prices up a little bit. I was noticing that when I was shopping the last day, but still, I'm getting at most of the time I was getting like the last day I got a $45 game for free. I've gotten a couple of $35 games and a couple of $20 games. I went to 4 GameStops, I believe, maybe 5, and I ended up getting, I think, 21 games. 18 games, and I don't think I just counted that right. That would be right. 18 games. Not all of them that I buy at, and some I bought. One store I bought 6 in. I did go in on the Easter Sunday. The one a couple in my town that were open, one was closed, and I went in on Monday after work, so I got a pretty good look at what they had. It feels like they do this every so often just to blow out games, and it's not a bad way to do that. And if they're, they want to give away games, I'm going to be there. So I've seen this one on a couple of must buys and things like that, and this is the collection of Mana. I believe it. I forget who I just saw somebody showing this, and it has 3 games on it. Just thought it was a good way to get it. Next, I saw this also on somebody else's channel, bigger one, Dragon Quest Treasures. I'm always looking. I can't remember which channel I see what. Now, this one I did not see on another channel. I just saw it was a collection, and this was a box art thing, and this is Trine 4, and they have all the Trine games on there. Now, it might be downloads, I don't know, but it also came with a bunch of goodies in there. I mean, a book, a map, all kinds of stuff. Looks like a poster. I have to go through that later, but yeah, I was really happy to get that. It looked interesting. Picked up Paper Mario Origami King. This was a little bit pricier. I think this was like a $35 one I picked up. And then this was, I believe, at $45, Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury. I believe I got that one for free. And this one here, now we're going to get to Xbox. And this one here, I just noticed that I screwed up, and I'm probably going to have to return this because I don't have a Series X. I thought it said Series Xbox One, and I was in the story a little agitated. I picked up one game when she was scanning it, said it wasn't available. They didn't have that game in stock. She looked at it. It was a slipcover game. I was hoping it was going to be Steelbook. I love my Steelbooks. They did not have it. But I did see another game, Oddworld, Munchie's Quest or whatever. And you'll see why that one caught my attention a little bit. I went and she couldn't find that game, and that was on the Switch. And then I was a little irritated, and so I went and I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, Plague Tale," and I was so kind of frustrated. I didn't realize that it's a Xbox Series X, which I don't have. I play if there's something just Series X, I just download it on my computer. I have and then just play it on here. In which I don't do very much. There's not just Xbox games that other than Gears of War that I care about. So, it's just the way it is. So, my friends at work have been riding me to get this Diablo 4. So I told them I got it, and now I hear it nonstop. What I should be doing, which is awesome. So Diablo 4 goes in the collection. The Turtles Cowabunga collection. I've been looking at this for a while. I pick it up, put it down. So that kind of tells you how far down the list. I don't think what I've heard about it, not great things, but I do like the type of artwork that's in this one. So there you have it. I'm not a big Turtles fan. I grew up before Turtles. I did watch some of the, but I love my cartoons even to this day. I go to bed every night watching Looney Tunes almost. But I certain cartoon like it didn't appeal to me as an adult. The Turtles, it felt a little too childish. I couldn't watch it. All that couldn't get through it. I know my favorite character on there is Casey. When I did watch it, if he was on there, then it was better. He was a little darker. I did pick up a Call of Duty game, Vanguard, for the campaign, and this one was a little bit more pricier than I was expecting. Call of Duty's usually $10, maybe 15. It was a little bit more pricier than I thought. Another game, I'm hoping that this one plays. You see how it says X up here, but right here it says Xbox One, right? So, that's what throws you off. You really have to look at these boxes. But this has a single player campaign from what I read on the back. So I'm kind of interested in that. I love zombie games. So even if it's in my collection, this is one that I've seen and we're getting into PlayStation, which is kind of where my favorite, and the PS3. I did pick up one PS3 game at a place at one of the stores, and I've seen this on PS3 collections and stuff like that. And if you're going to pay, you might as well get 3 games. So the Sly Cooper collection on PS3. This one was a little up there. In this store, they had this one. I think I paid $40. This might have been the one I got for free. And then they had Mario. Somebody traded in Mario 3D All Stars, which I was like, holy crap. And they had that price correctly, because I looked at it. I was like, if this thing is in the $60 range, I'm taking it, and I'm just going to resell it. I'm going to flip the shit out of it. But it wasn't. It was priced correctly. It was at $120, I think. But yeah, I was like, wow, they have this on their shelf. So GameStop, I mean, people are trading in their stuff like that. And GameStop is just notoriously not good at giving you any type of return on that. So I wonder what the person traded it in for. I hope they got what they wanted. So this next one, I keep seeing. This is another one that I always pick up when I go into the store. They're not expensive games. They look like it's a great story-driven game, and I might be way off. I saw another one of this series today, or last week, I mean. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I'm hoping somebody will tell me about it. Man of Medan, and I also picked up House of Ashes. So two games. Gonna say the Dark Pictures anthology. I saw the third one, and I didn't get it, but I will eventually get it. I need to see which one to play first. So yeah, I would assume it's the PS4, but yeah, I just saw it. I was like, even if it's point and click or whatever, if it's a good story, I don't care. It'd be like reading a book or watching a movie. So I'm very it intrigued me when I saw it. It was something different. At my age, it's hard to find anything truly different. It might be touted, but then when you start getting into it, it feels very the same. If it's something that's fun to play, it's fun to play. I don't care if it's copying something else. And, you can call it Vania Mania, whatever style, or what's the rogue like? It seems like the new thing that you hear all the time. Um, I just want to play the games. This one here just took me back to my first Xbox. It was one of the first games I bought was Top Spin. And I been wanting to pick this up. I heard it was very good. Tennis games, I like playing. I like tennis, golf, baseball, hockey. Football's all right. But those, I have NCAA football. I got bored with it really quick. But these types of games I tend to really, really enjoy, especially if there's a character mode where you're going up the ladder. They're always fun. That's almost like an RPG with sports, and they're a lot of times story driven, so it's very, very fun. The MLB, the show does the road to the show is very good. So I did pick up Final Fantasy VII. This one I got was Sly Cooper and one of the Mario games, the one with Bowser. That it was three pretty pricey games. So I got three really good games for under $100. So usually it would have been like 180. I mean, if it, I've been talking about it's hard for me to pay 70 for games right now. It's because the entertainment value for me. And then what pisses me off is like I'll pay 70 and then I put it on my shelf, and when I go to play it, I go to the store or I look it up somewhere and it's like $30. I mean, so I think now I almost picked up MLB The Show because that'll be something that I stick in between games, or when I get tired a little bit, need a reboost on the game, play a few games on that. But yeah, I almost pulled the trigger this week on that, and I probably will sooner than later. And Assassin's Creed is going to be my next game. Once I get this one finished, I'll go and buy the Assassin's Creed. But I'm not going to buy it till I'm ready to play it. So if I can find it cheaper, I will. Because it takes me so long to finish a game. This year is another game. Been hearing all over the interwebs. how good it is, and that's RoboCop Rogue City. Very interested in playing this. Uh, I mean, he is a tank in this. Heard it's fun, just blowing up things. It's being RoboCop. So now, if you would remember, like in my GG Retro last week, I got the Steelbook for what racing game? Horizon so I picked up this. I saw the sleeve, and I was hoping it was Steelbook, but that's okay. It's Drive to Survive, Pacific Drive. I'm reading it back. I'm sorry, Pacific Drive Deluxe Edition. On the back, it says Survive to the Drive. So it's got the slip cover, very pretty slip cover. I thought that was nice. Yeah, so very, very cool looking game. Again, don't know much about it. I just kind of, it comes with a code in it for something. I'm sure it's already been used. You know how that works. Not really worried about it. And then last, I was telling you before, but it's Odd World. I did get Odd World Soul Storm. For what reason, folks? For what reason? Steelbook edition. Awesome. Just love it. Love Steelbooks. Nothing fancy inside. Got some cool stuff on the outside. Really love it. Little damage on the corner here. The last store I went to, they had a couple of slip covers, but they were just destroyed. Yeah, I did not want to. And GameStop loves to, they don't change their prices because of damage. I put back an Xbox game because the whole 360 game, I can't remember what it was, something I was really interested in, but the whole bottom of the case was gone. It was just one piece of plastic just shredded on the bottom. Yeah, I was like, I wish a GameStop as a national franchise, I know they're struggling, but man, they should have extra cases or something to replace that. If you're going to charge that amount of money and not take off for damage, uh, damage, stuff, uh, that I do have a problem with that. But I just find that this buy two get one whenever they do it, and when they include the Nintendo, because Nintendo stuff just does not lose value. It is, the Toyota of the video game world. Stuff just doesn't go down. And when you could find it where you can get one for free and you can afford to buy two used games a little cheaper, or like I did, I went and bought two other systems games and then went and bought one. I did buy three in one store when I bought the 6 games. That store was loaded with stuff. And also, I like the manager of that one. He's a nice guy. He talks to you. He's not pushy. I did go to one where the girl already added the coverage for if it's damaged, and I don't never get that. And maybe I should. I don't, but I'm not a child. I'm not going to break it in half. I'm not going to use it as a coaster. I don't smoke. It's not going to, I'm not going to throw it around. It stays in the cases. I always try them out when I buy them. So if I do have an issue, it's really quick and I take it back then within the 30 days or whatever you have to take it back. So uh, I don't do that, and it really pissed me off. That was the same person that couldn't find games, didn't have them on stock. That was the one at the mall that I don't like the manager in that one. Um, he just talks about things he shouldn't talk about on the floor about sales and things. I don't, I used to be in retail management, stuff you shouldn't talk about on the floor. And he's really hard on his young employees. He's an older, for a retail manager, he's an older fella that shouldn't be talking to his 20 something employees that way, young 20s or even older teenagers. So I found it rubs me the wrong way. But anyway, you know, you get what you get these days, especially in retail where they're not really paying that much. It's tough to live off of that wage. But anyway, um, yeah, I feel like GameStop is really moving in the right direction. I like the cards, the TCG stuff they've added. I wish they would just go ahead and grip like a Asian market in there. They already have plushies. They're already doing Pokemon cards. Just go ahead and embrace the whole thing. I mean, even some of the stores have the the Japanese style where you go buy the token, put it in, and get something out of the machine. I just wish they just go 100% in the bigger stores and just embrace that uh, culture, the Asian culture, and I think that would help. The I like the bigger ones because they have more figures and stuff like that. I'm glad they're embracing that as well. Um, I think pops are on the way out, uh, or at least slowing down. Um, I'm not really looking for them. I did pick up two though. I'm glad I brought that up. So they did have buy one get one half off on the pops. So I did pick up a Roo, trying to expand my Winnie the Pooh, which is really looking good, and a Catwoman GameStop exclusive. But if I need to make space, the first stuff that will go is pops. I don't know which pops would go first, but I have a good idea. Some of my some of the Star Wars ones, when I was part of a monthly pop thing, I'm really not attached to. They're just there. They would be the first to go. Stormtroopers would be last. Darth Vader next to last. So, and I would probably hang on to my pop, the actual like some TV ones I have. But anyway, I digress. So this is about showing off stuff I picked up from GameStop. 2 for 1 or 2 buy 2 get 1. Really, really enjoy that offer. If you can afford it, like anything else, it's a good way to add stuff you missed or things you might just want to try. Because even if you want to buy a couple of $10 games and get one free, you're still saving $10. Uh, there's so many different ways to go about that sale. Is amazing. You can go and buy the higher end stuff and really come out ahead or whatever. And if you're a flipper, I don't understand why flippers don't go in there and buy them all, because if you can get games for free and flip them for regular price, but I digress. I don't want to give anybody ideas, I guess. So, uh, but anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you next week. See ya.